Do you need a new radio head unit in your vehicle? Then check out this bad man pajama. This tablet comes attached to a double-DIN head unit that connects directly to your car's factory wiring harness. Not only will your vehicle look like the interior of a Tesla, but the functionality is incredible. You can mirror your cell phone wirelessly in order to access YouTube, TikTok, GPS, text messages, pictures, anything that's on your phone. It has a backup camera and a microphone for hands-free phone calls, which brings this O2 Ford up to speed. The best part is using the Torque app. Not the Torque app, the Torque app, which can monitor your vehicle's ECU that consists of temperature, RPM, speed, oil pressure, ICP, so much more, and it can also run diagnostics when there's a fault code, something that's great when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Let's not forget you can also check your 0 to 60, 1/8 mile, quarter mile times. What? Is it time to go street racing in this turbo diesel ambulance? All right, before we show you exactly what William has going on with this awesome setup in his ambulance, make sure you guys click that subscribe button. Make sure you click the bell so you're getting notifications so we can bring you more awesome content.
I tore out the old stock Ford radio, pulled this out, disconnect it by a wiring harness, and I added in a Android tablet radio head unit.
Okay.
10-inch screen. It's rotatable. So then I'm running a Bluetooth module from my OBD port for onboard diagnostics. It's Bluetooth.
So that just plugs in?
Just plugs in. It's communicating with the Bluetooth of the radio and an app called Torque, and basically it lets you monitor the vitals of the truck. Okay. So we've got all kinds of fun stuff to monitor. So in the middle here we've got speed, we've got our high pressure oil, we've got our boost, we've got our exhaust back pressure, we've got our engine oil temperature, we've got our trans fluid, we've got a vacuum, we've got a clock, we've got our RPMs, and our battery. Customize this and change your gauges and all that stuff.
These look like a pitch yaw thing, but it doesn't actually show the horizon on that, does it? It just looks that way, or does it?
No, if you're tilted, those move.
Really?
Yes, it's active. They've been zeroed out.
Wow, you zeroed them out?
Yeah, you zero them out in the app. You can change all the gauge faces and...
So if you roll up on this curve, that whole thing's gonna pitch?
Yes.
Kick, that's cool, man.
So, obviously, use your RPM, so if I gas it up, you'll see the RPMs go up, and obviously, speed works, oil pressure boost.
See, that'd be good to see that when you're going down the highway on one of these, if you're going 65 or whatever this tops out at, if it even, your old one topped out at 70, right?
Right.
To see what your RPMs would be if they're maxed out, you know, 2,500 or...
Well, again, and I have an RPM gauge on the dash where my other one didn't, so...
Oh, okay.
The F-Series has an RPM gauge built into the dash, so that makes it nice also.
Gotcha.
But, you know, other than that, we can, you know, I'm not really familiar with Android, so you can quit the app.
Well, this is Apple CarPlay that's on here? Or what is this?
It doesn't have Apple CarPlay. It does integrate with the iPhone and bring up that stuff, but it's not quite Apple CarPlay. It looks just like Apple CarPlay.
Wow.
Can download apps and through the Google Play Store. You can do phone link.
I mean, you can go in there right now?
YouTube.
And you can do this while you're driving?
Mm-hmm.
So your passenger can mess with this.
And watch TV and watch a video and all that stuff, so.
Oh. Wow. That's crazy. So this is going through your cell phone, or did you have to activate this tablet as
I couldn't imagine doing this
a
job
cell phone?
without Propel immune support.
It's pulling Wi-Fi from my cell phone.
Oh, so this is tied into your cell phone right now?
Yep.
What?
Just using the hotspot. You really need to...
Oh, you're using a hotspot on your phone.
Yeah.
However you're going to do it. So you shower twice a day, 2 weeks. So a lot of people don't maybe not realize, I guess, if you're buying an RV, a brand new one.
So if you're watching, could you do TikTok on here?
If you're buying...
TikTok, I don't believe is a... I guess you could.
Because then you could spin the app that way.
Let's try. The answer is yes.
I just ruined your time.
So now TikTok is downloading, and then I can
flip it that way and then
watch TikToks as I'm going down the road.
Did we just open Pandora's box, buddy?
Yeah, I'm not watching TikTok. I've got to concentrate on the road.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a stoplight off.
Sit there. Dude. Okay, so what do we have going on here? What's behind this? Like, what type of radio?
This is basically a double-DIN head unit there is some tabs here. It's a release mechanism. So basically, this is, if you look back there, it's on a rotatable base, and it has some ribbon cables.
Okay.
So it just clicks on and locks. You could unplug it and take it off, but I'm not. So, I mean, the radio is $175.
And is it the radio's sole purpose is to be this Android device interface, correct?
Correct. So I'm going to mute this, go back here, and you can go to radio. It's got local stations. I'm not playing anything because of YouTube right now.
Yeah.
But you can go through and, you know, change the stations and all that stuff. You can swipe up here and go through and change the stations.
So did you buy this Android tablet separate then?
Nope, it's all one unit. You just literally, you know how if you wire a radio, you have to match up all your colors for your speakers and your power and your battery and your ground. Same thing, plugs into the back of that, plugs into the stock Ford harness, plays music through the speakers. It's basically a head unit with a tablet face.
And you can do this in any car?
Any car. This has 2 USBs coming out.
So you could plug your iPhone into this and it'll stream your GPS on that?
Yep.
Cool. And how much for the unit and that and the harness and everything do you think for this setup?
It was $175.
And that's not the wiring harness. That's just the radio.
Okay, the wiring harness was like $995.
Okay,
and then the Bluetooth dongle, they range anywhere from $15 to $150, depending on the capabilities and stuff like that. This one actually is acting kind of flaky. OBD2 sensors became mandatory in all cars in 1996. But diesels weren't regulated under that, so they weren't mandatory to have them until like 2004. So the early diesels, and this is one of them, this has an OBD1 port in it. So some of the functions aren't quite right, and it does act a little buggy. So early 2002, like this, is an OBD1. Later in 2002, Ford switched to OBD2.
Gotcha. Now, could I put this in my wife's Lexus and plug that into her OBD port?
Yep.
And I mean, get the one that's just standard OBD, right, for Ford and Toyota?
You have a Pioneer radio in her car?
Uh-huh.
Does it have internet and apps or no?
It just says like Apple CarPlay and stuff.
But it didn't have downloadable apps?
It might. I don't know.
Okay. So, if it has downloadable apps, you could download the Torque app, take this out of here, and plug it into her car and download it.
And then that'll show you codes.
Torque app does supposedly, it only works on Android phones. It does not work on iOS.
Okay.
So, if you had an Android phone, you could, and you had Apple CarPlay on a standard radio or mirror link, you could run the Torque app on your phone and monitor the stuff, and then mirror link it to your radio, if that's not too confusing.
Wow.
So.
And I know you told me this already. How much is that little?
That one I spent $100 on.
Okay, so it's $100 for that little Bluetooth OBD link so that you can see your gauges. But that's great because if you're driving,
I bought a cheaper one and it wasn't linking up, and I sent it back and bought that one. Come to find out, and I guess I could send that back and buy the cheaper one again, but it's working and fine, whatever. I had to go in here and hack the Bluetooth to get it to work on this radio. Some of it just comes up on right away. Some of them it's a little harder.
You had a hack for this one, huh?
I had to hack the radio. So in the Bluetooth, it was coming up the OBD2 MX, Link MX, which is the brand that I purchased.
Okay.
It was coming up, but it wasn't allowing me to pair it.
Oh.
So I had to do quite a bit of research, and what I ended up having to do was go download this.
Oh, Bluetooth pair.
And basically get it to pair through there. Once I got it to pair through there, it showed up on the other end.
That you could pair it from the standard Bluetooth menu, huh?
Correct.
So you pair it through the app first and then go back and pair it. So right now your phone's plugged into the USB, or you're plugging your phone into the USB's connection down here. Because you could put standard GPS on here, but you'd have to type it in.
It has GPS. It has an antenna up underneath the dash and everything.
For this, so you don't even need your phone. But if you'd rather just pull it up on your phone, plug it in, that's two ways.
I can go here and go phone link. So now my phone's up, and I can basically go into everything there. So if I wanted to go into YouTube, I mean, my photos, everything.
Oh yeah, can you touch it from here? Or do you have to do it from your phone now that it's mirroring, huh?
Now that it's mirroring, you've got control of it here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And you don't have to have it plugged in physically right now either,
I guess
correct?
not, because it's
Okay.
Wi-Fi.
Hit shorts on there if you would entertain that for a second and see, because that should be the size of that screen. Okay, yeah, so that shorts takes up the whole screen. That's what TikTok will look like when you get it all set up. It'll literally be that whole screen.
Okay.
So this is what William was talking about. These are the Ford removal tools. If you haven't seen them, they're like little U-shaped. They're cheap. So William, you got the AC recharged and disconnected.
Yeah, the rear AC is disconnected. Somebody overcharged this AC, so we put a new compressor, dryer, evaporator, and a couple new lines. Went ahead and disconnected the rear AC from the coolant system and the Freon. That's disconnected now, ready to be ripped out when I do the demo. And the front AC is nice and cold.
Yeah, it's like freezing. Well, how much did that cost you? Like $600 to $800? 900? Yeah.
It was about $650.
$650. Because I mean, the compressor's like $300 at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I mean, the compressor wasn't too bad. It was for the kit with the dryer, evaporator, new orifice tube, and compressor, brand new. Ford Reman was $183.
That's cheap. That's nice because, you know, like on the 4Runner, you'd have to like rip the whole dash out, and this was probably real easy for them to just plop it in, huh?
Oh yeah, it was all under the hood and everything.
Nice.
So.
Okay, so someone that doesn't have a free hotspot, like yourself.
They have radios that you can put SIM cards in.
Yeah, but then you're taking it out of your phone and put it in. I guess my question is
a separate SIM card on your account.
Cost more money though. You have to pay for it.
Right.
Depending. Okay. I mean, you just have to pay for a SIM card for this. I guess my question is if you don't have it hooked up to your phone because you don't have a hotspot, you're going to get basic radio, right?
Right.
You could probably mirror your phone and then use it that way.
Right.
So then if you're not using the hotspot or using... Some people pay for data. I know people that pay for data. So you could mirror it that way,
yeah,
and then
you can mirror it.
I guess that wouldn't...
I mean, most of them have some capability of playing Bluetooth music to it, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can Bluetooth music to it. I mean, it's plenty capable.
Yeah.
And Bluetooth's free. I mean, if you wanted to search the internet or watch TikTok or YouTube, it's really the only thing you need the internet for.
And I see you have a microphone up here, and that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Tell us what that's all about.
I haven't hooked it up. It came with a backup camera.
Oh, okay.
And to wire back, GPS antenna, and microphone for phone calls.
Great. So have you taken any phone call? I mean, it has a Bluetooth calling, so somebody calls you, does it pop up automatically? Yep. Because your phone's synced?
Yep. And
you haven't have the camera hooked up yet?
I don't have the camera hooked up. Just whatever.
But
I'm probably not going to use this as my primary camera system because I'm going to put in a 360 camera.
Of course you are. That's good. You put the cameras on. This will be like a Tesla that's an ambulance.
Pretty much.
They don't make these with iPads, I guess is what I'm saying.
No, you can install an iPad in a truck. You have to... It's cumbersome.
It's more work than where this was like one thing you plopped in.
The Torque app doesn't work on the iPad.
The Torque app?
The Torque app.
Torque. I keep thinking he says twerk. Everybody likes Miley Cyrus. Gotcha. Okay, so this app doesn't work on Apple. Is that
correct?
So if you want to use this, then you would want to stay away from an iPad and go with the Android setup.
Right.
Which this is very helpful because if you're stuck somewhere. Like when you had the, this monitors the ICP, you said, correct?
ICP, yep, everything.
Great.
The only thing it doesn't monitor because the coolant temperature doesn't go through the ECU. It's not monitored through the ECU, so it does not monitor the coolant temperature. So if I wanted to go in here, let's say real time, say I wanted to put a gauge right here. Add display. Pick the style of gauge you want. Let's go with graph. What do we want?
Wow, quarter mile time?
Oh yeah, this thing does quarter mile, 0 to 60, everything.
Have you figured out what your quarter mile is in this beast?
No, we can go do it.
In the rain?
Sure, why not?
Oh wow. 0 to 60, quarter mile, eighth mile. Holy cow. Is there a garbage truck nearby? What's that beeping? it didn't hit any of those marks, huh? Is that what? Did it not hit any of those?
Guess not.
Street racing in an ambulance.
You don't want none of this.
All right, what are some Fast and the Furious quotes that we can rattle off right now? I almost had you. That's what Paul Walker says. We're family. We're everyone's family. That's what Dom says all the time.
So, like I said earlier, some of the things with this OBD1 port, because it's not OBD2, there's some bugs in it. So, adapter status or fault codes on the torque app, when it's no bugs and working correctly, you can go into fault codes, and as soon as I hit search, it's going to stall my truck.
She did.
Get out of that. Key off.
Gotcha. So that'll give some people that are wanting to do that will know, all right, is it capable? Very cool though, man. That's awesome.
Pretty neat.
Can you reword this to say twerk?
No.
Please?
But
Can't you hack it?
See, I put it in there as an RV.
Oh. They didn't have ambulance as an option, did they?
Yeah, ambulance wasn't an option on the profile. Oh yeah, it records trips and all of that too. So you can.
Whoa.
So basically, with the trips, it will monitor you. It'll monitor your trip, and if anything along that trip was, or you had a fault, you can see where you had that fault at.
So this is giving you Google Earth of, so you can zoom in. What were we doing that day? There's my truck and a trailer. It looks like.
Yeah.
That's funny. I've taken out some old ambulance parts to the junk pile. Okay, guys, so thank you for joining us on this action-packed episode of
Modern Razor.
We'll catch you later.